Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new poem, section 3, page number 140, A Nation's Strength. This poem is about nation, country. So, what is a nation's strength? Strength comes with unity. Where there is unity, then strength comes. There is a strength. So, India, like many other countries, had the unhappy experience of being ruled by foreigners. So, as we know, like India, many other countries are out there, those who have the unhappy experience of being ruled by foreigners, those who were ruled by other foreigners, right? They were slaved and were tortured. Now, having gained freedom in a historically unique non violent way, it is our duty as citizens today to preserve that freedom. So we gained that freedom in a historically unique non-violent way. Okay, so it is our duty to preserve it, to keep it, to respect it. Now, and build the nation's strength. So how can we build the nation's strength? When we respect our freedom, when we respect each other, and there is a unity in country. In the following poem, the poet gives us his view on what makes for a strong nation. Now let us read the poem. What makes a nation's pillars high and its foundations strong? What makes it mighty to defy the foes that round it throng? So here, pillars, nation's pillar means security. Nation's pillars high, high security, and protect it by enemies. Foundations. Foundations means base. Any nation's base. So here, what are those things that makes a nation's pillar high and protect it from enemies? Or security. What are those things that increases the security of nation and its foundations strong? Foundation means base. So what are those things that makes the any nation's foundation very much strong so that no one can enter it? What makes it mighty to defy? Mighty means large, strong, big. Okay, so mighty to defy. Defy means face boldly, resist or face boldly. So, what makes it mighty to defy the foes that round it throng? Throng means gather in large numbers. Foes here means enemy. Foes means enemy. We know friends and foes. So, here foes means enemy. So, what makes it so much big so that it can resist boldly, face boldly the enemies that are surrounding it in a large numbers? Okay, student, understood? It is not gold. Its kingdoms grand go down in battle shock. Its shafts are laid on sinking sand, not on abiding rock. So here it is not gold. Gold students gold is compared with gold here refers to, we can say, wealth of a country, not that material gold, but wealth of a country, goodwill of a country, assets of a country. So its kingdoms grand, again we will say a wealth, we can say wealth of a nation. So its kingdoms grand go down in battle shock. In one battle, everything, wealth, progress, money, okay, income of the country can go down. Okay, nothing will be static. Its shafts are laid on sinking sand. Shafts here are long rods of metal used to strengthen the building structure. So, Here its shafts, a nation's shafts are laid on sinking sands. If we depend on wealth, if we will say our countries or any nation depends on its wealth, it will be not correct. Or any nation's strength is its wealth, it is not correct because its shafts are laid on sinking sand, not an abiding rock. Abiding means lasting for a long time. Nothing will be last for a long time if the country will depend on its wealth rather than or instead of the strength. So, if we will say a country's strength is wealth, it will be wrong. Progress? No. Income? Again, we will say no. Yes, gold or wealth is a part of country's progress. For goodwill of the country or nation, these things, wealth, money, everything is needed. But when it comes to security or strength or for good and strong base, wealth is not so much referred. Or we can say that behind any country's strength, wealth is not the important part. So, is it the sword? Ask the red dust of empires passed away. The blood has turned their stones to rust, their glory to decay. Okay, so is it the sword? Sword here means power. Okay, so in this stanza, the poet again puts a question: is it the sword that makes a nation strong? Here, the sword stands for power. The people who are economically strong threatens others of dire consequences. They even fight and terrorize them to accept their supremacy. Similar is the case with the nations who are strong and powerful. They bully other nations, okay, to accept defeat. They want other nations to accept the defeat, those powerful nations. So history is full with examples of those battles fought between such rulers, those who are very much powerful and they want other rulers to get down. The poet suggests to us to ask the dust of the empires, which are no more now, about the result of such fierce battles. It means now they are no more because of these battles. The blood shed made the strong pillars of the empires weak as rust forces iron to decay. So these blood shed, those blood that were shed, made the strong pillars or strong base of the empire or nation weak as rust forces iron to decay. We know that rust always forces iron to decay. Now, the glory of the powerful empires never lasted for long. So, we can say their glory to decay. Decay means go down, rusted. Is it pride? Ah, that bright crown has seemed to nations sweet, but God has struck its lustre down in ashes at his feet. So, here lustre means shine. Now, the poet says that is it the pride that make the nation very strong or this that increases the strength of a nation? The poet proceeds to say that the pride of wearing glittering crowns also never made their nations powerful. In earlier days, emperors and kings used to wear the crown. They were very much fond of their crowns because they were very much bright and they feel like on the top of the seventh sky. They also felt very much proud of being powerful and owning great owning great empires, but their pride had to fall down. Their glory had to fade away with the passage of time. Kingdoms may have achieved glory by making victories over weak kingdom, but that glory was not at all permanent. So here we can say that pride is not also not the way to increase the nation's strength. Okay? Not gold, but only men can make a people great and strong. Men who, for truth and honor sake, stand fast and suffer long. Fast means firmly. Fast means firmly. So, in this stanza, the poet says that it is not gold or wealth that makes a nation strong. Only the people who can stand by truth and honesty and who can suffer long for these great virtues can make their country great and strong. Brave men who work while others sleep, who dare while others fly. They build a nation's pillars deep and lift them to the sky. These are the brave men who are always alert and active. These are the men who sacrifice their sleep for the safety and security of their country. These are the protector of a nation. These are the men who dare to challenge the enemies of their country and never run away from their duty. These are the men who make the pillars of their nations deep, strong, and take them high in the sky. They provide strong foundation to the nation.